Guys, there are spoilers for this film and this review. So if you don't want to get your ass kicked, go watch the film, then come back. You have been warned. Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ronan HD. So yeah, this is going to be a great time. Hey guys, and welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ronan HD, and this week we watched Nobody 2, the sequel to a movie that I really enjoyed, Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk, a bunch of other people I'm not going to name here because I don't have enough time. But this movie is like a comedy action movie. While I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first movie, I do think it was still a good time. It was fun, and overall I just had a real good time with it. But before I go on a whole tangent, why I like this movie, I'll tell you why I like this film and more. Back at the house.
Guys, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm here on vacation. I told you. I'm on fucking vacation!
Hey guys, and welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ronan HD, and this week we watched Nobody 2, the sequel to Nobody, which came out in 2021, which I remember enjoying quite a bit. I really liked the whole atmosphere of it. I liked how Bob Odenkirk got his ass got kicked a lot. Like, he wasn't invincible. He really got the shit kicked out of him a lot, which I enjoyed. And I just liked the whole theme aspect of it. But this being the sequel of it, obviously Bob Odenkirk returns, as well as Connie, Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, RZA. They're all back from the first movie. It had been so long since I've seen the first Nobody that I just forgot that RZA was in the first one, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. I mean, he had like a ninja thing going on, I think, or like a samurai thing going on. He had like a katana, and like he set up these like traps against these guys, and I'm like, I don't remember that from the first movie, but again, it's been a while, so maybe he was, and I just didn't remember. But also, this film is also featuring Sharon Stone, Colin Hanks. I think John Ortiz played an ally of Bob Odenkirk. Later on, he became an ally. So the director of this film was not the same as the first, which kind of bummed me out because I forgot that the guy who made the first one made Hardcore Henry, which is just a great movie. I love Hardcore Henry. Very entertaining. But I think, honestly, this movie did what it set out to be. A fun, kind of dumb fun action movie that, kind of just, was a quick, eat your popcorn, then get the fuck out, right? You can enjoy, it's a popcorn movie, is what I mean. You can just enjoy the movie and just, I guess, watch the fun action, watch Bob Odenkirk kill a bunch of people, and that's the entertaining bit. I am kind of confused, though, as obviously I think they build Sharon Stone up as the main villain of the movie, but she's not really, there. You know what I mean? She's not really in a lot of scenes, and I don't know. I don't know. She just felt kind of strangely put in there because I kind of wish she had been in more scenes, and also she was kind of, her character and her is a little older, so obviously they couldn't really do an action scene, because usually in action movies, the main villain at least gets into a bit of a fight with the main hero, obviously Bob Odenkirk, but she just, granted, her death was pretty interesting. She literally got shot in the fucking eye with a tranquilizer dart, she got shot in, I believe, her torso first, and then she got shot in the eye. But I think, personally, she maybe should have had a few more scenes to develop her. I do remember they said she was crazy, she was insane, and I guess they kind of established that in her, first scene where she, kills a bunch of people. She, kills people who are trying to cheat at her, I guess, her casino, or, her gambling table, And then a bunch of the people that didn't have anything to do with cheating, she tells her bodyguards to kill them anyway because she didn't want any witnesses. And it's like, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a criminal, but I just feel like that's, I mean, I guess no witnesses, but I mean, it's probably an illegal gambling table anyway. Like, I don't know, whatever. But I also think the movie, well, it was fun, I don't think it was as strong as the first movie. I think the first movie, as I said, I really liked the atmosphere of it. A lot of it was, like, dark, well, not dark, it was, like, kind of gloomy. You know, the whole, like, aspect of it felt kind of, I guess, dreary is a good way to describe it. It was kind of like doom and gloom a little bit. I liked that aspect of it. I felt that it kind of fit with the premise. And this one was like kind of the complete opposite of the first movie. It was like really bright, and most of it was at daytime, you know, and there was like, I don't know, it was a lot more of a, I guess, a cheerier movie is a good way to describe it, which is not a problem. It's just, it had a different feel from what I remember feeling when watching the first movie. So, it had a different feel from the first movie, which is not a problem. It's just worth mentioning. Because when I saw the trailers, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna, like, it's going for a different vibe than what the first movie was going for. But I just feel like, I just really liked that. And I'm not saying they should have just done the first movie again. Obviously, with action movies, you have to do something different with every sequel, right? You can't just do the first one again, which sometimes they usually just boil down to the first movie again, but just in a different location, or like it's on a train now, or it's on a plane now, or whatever. But I mean, that's changing up a little teeny bit, right? It's in a different thing instead of the other thing. But this one did really change it up. They were in this, like, I guess, it was like this resort, I suppose. It was like this resort in a town. And they said that RZA and Bob Odenkirk, when they were kids, with Christopher Lloyd as their dad, they went there. But really, Christopher Lloyd was just going there for like a mission because they were assassins, right? Christopher Lloyd was an assassin, and Bob Odenkirk and RZA became assassins. But then Bob Odenkirk didn't come here to do a job. He just came there to, you know, try to spend time with his family, and that's the difference between Christopher Lloyd and Bob Odenkirk, is that, like, he's like, every generation they get better and better, and hopefully Bob Odenkirk's son doesn't become an assassin like him, is basically his whole motivation in the movie. He doesn't want to be an assassin. I want him to be an assassin, at the very least. But, I do think that the movie was very fun, very enjoyable, and, I don't know, there's not a lot to say about it. I think it's pretty straightforward. You know, I think, in general, I think the film just was a solid movie. It was a solid action movie, and I don't really have any massive complaints. I mean, as I said, I had a few things in here and there, but I think personally, the film it worked. As I said, it worked for what it was trying to be, and I think that's all you can ask, right? That's all you can ask, is that a movie does something right, and I think this movie did it right. I don't think the movie failed. I think it succeeded exactly as what it was going for. A dumb, fun action movie that you can just sit down, eat your popcorn, and, you know, and have a good time. And I think I'll recommend it on that. I do feel like you should watch the first movie. I kind of regret not rewatching the first movie before this one, because there were some details that I forgot. I mean, hell, it was fucking 4 years ago, so I probably should have rewatched it, but hey. I thought I would have remembered enough, but I clearly didn't. But with that being said, overall, if you're a fan of the first movie, I would absolutely recommend this one. And if you like, you know, action movies of this caliber, I do believe you could get a good amount of enjoyment from that. And with that being said, what would I rate this film? I think I would rate this film a 7 out of 10. And, yeah, I think I've started to say, think of some in peace. So guys, think of some in peace. So guys, hope you like this video. Share it with friends, subscribe, turn those notifications on. Comment down below how much you liked it. But you guys know how it goes. I didn't really mean to say that. What I really meant to say is if you guys hated this video, unsubscribe, dislike, tell me what you hate me in the comments. And I've been Tom HD. And I've been Tom HD. Off to take a break. Just kidding, guys. I'll be back next week. You know, when I was watching this movie, there were, like, several occasions where, like, I saw somebody in the movie, I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And then another guy came over, I'm like, that guy also looks familiar. And then I would look it up, I looked up the cast, I'm like, wow, that's who that person is. I know who that is. It happened like 3 or 4 times in the movie, and I just think that's funny. I'm a forgetful person, you see. But I'm good, I have a good memory. I don't know. No, I have a good face memory. Name memory is bad. If you tell me your name, I'm gonna forget it the next day. Just to let you know.